Our reading this week focused on two key ideas: IT infrastructure and emerging technologies, and the foundations of business intelligence, databases, and information management. Regarding IT infrastructure and emerging technologies, our reading covered that IT infrastructure is more than just the physical devices and software applications that the business needs to operate, but also the following services: computing platforms that include mainframes, personal computers, mobile devices, and cloud computing services; telecommunication services that allow for data, voice, and video communications; data management services that not only allow for the collection of data, but also the analysis of that data to provide insights for the company to use; application software services that allow the entire company to share resources related to enterprise resource planning, customer relationship management, supply chain management, and knowledge management systems; physical facilities management services that manage the physical installations, telecommunications, and data management services; IT management services that not only plan the IT infrastructure but also manage the budget to ensure the IT needs are met; IT standards and services that develop the standard policy that define how and when IT will be used by staff; IT education services that ensure staff are properly trained in how to use and protect the IT infrastructure, as well as that managers understand the needs of the IT infrastructure and properly budget for future investments. Finally, IT research and development services that allow for the company to continue to compete in the market. All of these services are complex and require an ever-growing understanding of IT, not just inside the IT department, but throughout companies as technology continues to become ever important in the day-to-day functions of all businesses. For instance, as mobile devices continue to become more and more powerful, it is now commonplace for companies to incorporate a bring-your-own-device policy and have employees use their personal devices for work. While this is often cheaper than providing employees the same hardware from the company, there are additional risks and expenses associated with having multiple unsecured devices connecting to the company network. Management must understand the benefits and costs of the BYOD policy and ensure that it meets their needs. Edge computing is another great example where management must understand how to use IT efficiently. If all devices are connected to and save all data on a central cloud data center, the cost of information transfer is significant. However, if the company can plan for and build a set of linked servers at the edge of the network, data processing can occur locally before sending data to the cloud, and the amount of data sent to the cloud can be significantly reduced. Regarding the foundations of business intelligence, databases, and information management, our reading focuses on one of the core problems with information management. Systems are typically developed independently without a centralized plan for data management. This leads to the common problem that data is not timely, accurate, or relevant due to the poor organization and lack of maintenance. Examples of this are redundant data, data which is stored in multiple locations, and data inconsistency, the same value being stored with different values across a company, such as a client's address. Database management systems resolve these issues and more by organizing and centralizing the information within a company. By storing all the information in a single database that departments access, the company can eliminate the possibility of data redundancy and inconsistency, as anyone who accesses the database would already see the data has been populated. The database can solve additional problems, such as making the company more flexible, as all programs will be built around the database, thereby ensuring that the common data formats throughout the company are able to be used in any software that is created or used in the company. Databases also allow for better security by allowing for data management systems to audit or set up roles and responsibilities to manage which users can see or modify data. All of this relates to my selected reading, which is a podcast episode from the MIT Sloan Management Reviews Me, Myself, and AI, titled Delivering More Connected Care Through AI, CVS's Josh Weiner, that was released on May 27th, 2025. In this podcast, Josh Weiner discusses the difficulties of providing personalized healthcare due to the poor organization of data and struggles with integrating legacy systems. These are the very problems that Chapter 6 in our book aims to address. Weiner hopes to use AI to interface between systems and allow for communication that would manually take years and would be very expensive. Granted, due to the nature of laws and the fact that your primary care physician is unlikely to build a database alongside your pharmacy, the outcome would be different, but Weiner hopes that AI can work around this and facilitate the data sharing by quickly learning how to convert the data. Another area that Weiner is excited to see change is translation services provided by AI, not just as a typical language translator, but also as a translator from clinical jargon to the common lexicon. This is an example of an emerging technology that was discussed in Chapter 5 of our book. CVS is using emerging technologies to expand their business capabilities and support their customers.